As a queer bisexual man, I have been recovering from body dysmorphia all my life. Now, I am Gen X, so that means that I experienced the worst of my eating disorder and the worst of my body dysmorphia in the mid to late 80s. And during that time, eating disorders, body dysmorphia, that was mostly considered a girl's issue, a girl's disease. But fast forward many decades later, and I see that the issue of body dysmorphia is very prevalent in the queer community. I have seen other queer content creators on this app, and even though I definitely enjoy seeing the community, I also see that the body dysmorphia continues even in these type of social media videos. I have seen more than once these young gay men point to the camera and go, is something wrong with my eyes? Is something wrong with my nose? Is something wrong with my cheekbones? And I'm just sort of like shaking my head in frustration because I'm going, if you hadn't brought attention to that, we wouldn't, or at least I wouldn't have noticed, while at the same time being triggered by it because, I know where it's coming from. The most frustrating thing I saw was when there was this one young gay man saying, "Oh, you know what? I just got the best advice from an older gay man." And I'm like, "Oh, thank God. We're going to hear some actual wisdom here." And he goes on to say, this older man told me that when I do my skincare regime, that I also have to put skincare on the back of my neck because I'm so worried about the front being wrinkled that I completely forgot the back of my neck is going to get really wrinkled too. All of this I understand. It's frustrating and it makes me shake my head, but at the same time, I understand it. I understand all of it. But what's frustrating is that these new generations, Gen Z, the millennials, we are continuing the same problem within this community. So I can only do my best is to share my wisdom and my experience in the healing process of not only my eating disorder, but also my body dysmorphia. When it comes to body dysmorphia, that is a very compulsive impulse, and we become slaves to it. We become slaves to the mirror. We become slaves to skincare products. We become slaves to the gym. We become slaves to those places that affirm that we're good looking and affirm our vanity, like the bars and the clubs. And the only thing I knew that could heal that is there were times in which I knew that I had to take a step away from all of that. So that was the first thing that I had to do. Some are very much in it, and some would be like shaking their heads and going, I don't think I can do that. But for those of you who are trying to heal this part of you, to get to a more self-loving place, taking a break from these places, even to the point of abstaining. And I have to throw that word in, abstaining. That's very important, to take a break or actually abstain. And for me personally, I have abstained completely from looking at my body in a full-length mirror. I'm okay like this, but no, I used to look at my entire body in a full-length mirror for long periods of time, looking it up and down. Even when I was really thin and in shape, I would still do it. It didn't matter. I have abstained from getting on the scale, and people are. I know some people are like, "What you're doing what?" But that's true too, because I believe in being fit and exercising, but the scale became my enemy. It became, of course, my worst trigger, so I had to abstain from that. So that's number one. The second is the issue of aging. We keep hearing this joke that a gay man feels like they're over the hill by the time they're 30. And that's a joke, but at the same time, it's not a joke. Getting older for queer men is very difficult because the older we get, the more we see our looks start to slip away. But for me personally, I knew that was an opportunity to finally sit with my demons. Now, I've been sitting with my demons, or the trauma that caused my eating disorder, for a very long time. But that is the opportunity of when you get older. When things start to slip away and things get out of your control from getting older, you can freak out, you can continue to do more skincare or exercise, you can flip out, or you can take that opportunity to just sit with what you're feeling in terms of what's triggering this body dysmorphia. And the best example that I have one time is this was when I was still healing the worst part of my body dysmorphia. I think I'd just gotten off the scale, or maybe I'd gained like 5 pounds or something, and I was spiraling. And what do? I immediately go out and I start jogging. I jog and I jog and I jog because is a good endorphin rush. Okay, at the time, jogging really kept the demons at bay. But when I got home, nope. Because you see, at the same time, I was doing a lot of healing work. And that was the crossroads. So here I am, still trying to keep the body dysmorphia demons at bay, thinking that the endorphin rush of exercising would finally keep it at bay. And nope. So what did I do? I just had to just sit down, take a deep breath, and feel it. Feel the pain of that trigger coming up. Feel the body dysmorphia coursing through my skin. Like that's the part that I hate. How the feeling and discomfort in my body makes it feel like acid is running just beneath my flesh. You have to stay away from the mirror and finally sit with those issues of emotional trauma, which has caused negative body image and body dysmorphia. And the one thing that I can definitely recommend is positive, healthy, nurturing community. Community that's not reflective of the bars and clubs. Community for you, whatever part of that queer community it is, that reflects that you have a core group of people who love you for who you are, who love and accept you for who you are. And it doesn't matter what you look like. Just keep it, or that core group of friends, it doesn't matter what you look like. Okay, that they love you for who you are, so you know what it means for you to love yourself for who you are. All right? Self-love is a hard road for people who don't know how to do it. And you have to face a lot of demons in order to get there. But in order to get there, you have to sit with that is the most painful and what is the most creates the most discomfort, and bring love there. It's constantly shining that light into that dark place of self-hatred or self-loathing that we have. And it's so important to, have a community or a group of people who knows how to mirror that back to you. So I hope that this helps. And I'm definitely going to press the promote button to make sure more people see it. Blessings.